this is really digging back into the past for me. I'm admittedly not a very well-rounded Meatloaf aficionado. The earliest steps I took with his music, or I should say the late Meatloaf, late and great, I would imagine, just based on this number, which I have taken the time to interact with in preparation for our journey to XANDRIA's reinvention of it. I can't wait to step in. I don't want to get ahead of myself, though. My earliest steps with Meatloaf were when he was on Dancing with the Stars. That was many seasons back. And it was just for one of those, I think it was Results Night. I'm speaking of the American variant of this, because I know it's available in different countries as well. I couldn't tell you what season it was. It was like one of the single-digit ones, I think. But it was on the Results Night. They would usually bring on a guest performer of renown, and Meatloaf had hosted one show. I forget what number he did. I don't think it was I Do Anything for Love. It was another one of his pieces. And I thought it was interesting. I just always got a big kick out of his name. And I'll leave the door open for any of you who know Meatloaf's history. Feel free to chime in down below on exactly why that name was chosen. I'd love to learn more about this guy. But his music, from what I've heard of it, is quite interesting and creative. Like, I Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That, which I've listened to now a couple of times, in fact. And I've really come to like it as a piece. Quite adventurous rock number, a fun ditty, that I am ecstatic to witness the XANDRIA version. Now, as I've been saying with our journey, quite an elaborate one, with a favorite talent of mine of European origin, German specifically, within the symphonic metal world. You know I love symphonic metal. It's a particular metal language. And being a metalhead of many years, I keep an open platform to anything here, and any artist, which of course, as I've said, best art form in my opinion, and even better to enjoy it in company, which I think music was just born to have an experience of. And whether you are a longtime XANDRIA fan that advances me, or you happen to be a new discoverer to their work, and this is a first initiation opportunity for you, I hope you feel welcome. I cannot tell you how much I love this group within any era. And we've taken quite an elaborate journey of a deep dive, going back with maybe lighter steps into some of their earliest pieces with Lisa Middlehoff's vocal leadership, but namely in the territory of more recent offerings. I'm thinking of when was Manuela's time with the group. That would have been during the Neverworld's End album. I think that was 2012 or 2013. But we've more so concentrated there. Spoiler alert, we'll also return back imminently. But anyway, Manuela Crowler into the, as I call them, eras, with different stages of the group's respect, to Diana van Giersbergen, of where we're presently sitting, and then in present day, where I started my discoveries and interaction with XANDRIA's publications, that being with Amba Vuvahes. And every window of XANDRIA I've liked. I know everybody has their particular favorites, but I have a foothold in each, and every vocalist is different. Even different voices to the group, over time, that's morphed, right? From maybe more of a pop gothic skewed edge from, again, at least those first two pieces I just humored with Ravenheart Now and Forever, going into their symphonic metal days. It's been quite an adventure. Best enjoyed with all of you. And getting to learn about XANDRIA in mutual study has been absolutely wonderful to study their work. And speaking specifically of the Fire and Ashes EP and anything from the Sacrificium to a Theater of Dimensions albums issued, that time frame of where Diana van Giersbergen was a part of the group, she's become an immediate favorite of mine. Not just with XANDRIA's credit, but other work she's published, or maybe others have done with her. And we still have more steps to go in our more specific Diana van Giersbergen spotlight journey. If you're not familiar with her either, I also recommend her work. Dutch-based spinto-soprano singer of beautiful proficiency both in a melodic and operatic tone, which I cannot get enough of. I love my operatic metal when it comes to the symphonic sphere. With symphonic metal, classical, orchestral overtones, imbued with a metal experimentation, it's just gorgeous. To any credit we've welcomed in that sphere. XANDRIA, no exception. But we have not had a step yet in our journeys of XANDRIA covering other artists. Their own work, yes, but not others. And ever since I first witnessed I Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That, my curiosity peaked. Like, Meatloaf, the late and great Meatloaf, was a very talented singer and artist that in my mind does stand out individually because of this piece. It's just, it's a fun romp of a number. I love its swing. The constant time shifts, too, are just fantastic. The mellower sections, this number has a lot of grace to it. But where XANDRIA goes, I'm walking in on completely fresh knowledge. I have no clue what to experience, other than what I know with Diana van Giersbergen and the other members in this generation of their craftsmanship. That makes me excited. What we've heard of the Fire and Ashes EP, in its fitting boastfulness, has given me a glamorous picture of Presumption. But I have no clue where this cover is going to go. I see potential for it. We're going to enjoy it together. I'm ecstatic too. Where will Diana take this? What does XANDRIA envision in terms of an instrumental score backing? What are we going to witness, and how will it complement? How will it maybe compare or differentiate? Right? That's the beauty of covers. Wide field of employment of tools artists routinely use. I mean, any cover, and it's one of my favorite sub-journeys to take, to see how different artists mirror foundational works of, particular reverence, whether that's with differentiation or similarity, that reverence isn't lost. It's quite clear. Or if groups tend to, exercise some individually tailored retooling. If that's key shifts, time shifts, genre shifts, vocal trait shifts, other little factors like that. It's really interesting. So, I'd Do Anything for Love could sound like anything. We're going to find out for ourselves where XANDRIA took this one. I've had my ideas of what we'd experience, but now we get to prove it. Hang on, that's not the right tab. There we go. I already hear the original piece. But we haven't jumped into vocals yet. Score so far is good. It carries on that same legacy feel. As I said, fitting reverence.
I would do anything for love. I'd run right into hell and back. I would do anything for love. I never lied to you.
My gosh, the drama. That was perfect.
But I'll never forget the way you feel right now. Oh no.
I hear Meatloaf.
No way. I would do anything for love. I would do anything.
Slight key shift, but the timing's exact.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
So we're gonna get a swing, I know, soon.
No, I won't do that.
Oh, man.
And some days it don't come easy, and some days it don't come hard. Some days it don't come at all, and these are the days that never end. Some nights you're breathing fire, and some nights you're carved in ice. Some nights you're like nothing I've ever seen before or will again. Maybe I'm crazy, oh it's crazy and it's
This is how you multitask.
I know you can save me, no one else can save
Maintain the vocal ambition while you still keep all the emotions clear. Every word. Oh, man. Wow. Man. I love how her pitch ascends and those vibrations are there. Man. This woman can sing anything. Wow. This is why I say music is an experience. I feel so honored we get to take these together, man. They spun into that line well. I have to take in every second, every gesture of the song. I've been listening to this for a number of rounds. Oh man, they've worked everything in. You still got that power metal root timid they play around with. I'm trying to figure out if the timing slightly accelerated, or if it's an exact mirror to the song. If it's exaggerated, it's fittingly paired and tempts the power metal root.
But I won't do that. No, 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 I won't do that.
Raise me up, will you help me down? Will you get me right out of this God-forsaken town? Will you make it all a little less cold?
I can do that. Oh no, I can do that.
This album does, I said in the last song we looked at, that being now and forever, it feels prophetic to a theater of dimensions. Namely the album closure, the theatrical quality.
I can do that.
You forget everything. It was a brief interlude in the midsummer night's fling, and you see that it's time to move on.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
I know the territory I've been around. It would all turn to dust and we'll all fall down. Sooner or later you'll be screwed.
Takes its time to close itself.
Won't do that.
Oh man, jeez.
Won't do anything for love.
Just the grace of this
I
song.
would do anything for love. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. No, I won't do that.
If I could give a standing ovation, it wouldn't work because of the framing, but I would. Another round, please, like an encore performance. Man, you know, again, I came to XANDRIA very late, by comparison, I know, to a number of you. So I didn't have the privilege of when Deanna was a part of the group seeing them live. So I'd love to know, I'll have to look this up, if there's any performances of this that they were able to do on stage. Because, oh my gosh, this number, I hear, it's explicitly Meatloaf. With some reinvention, key, I think the timing is a match. I think it's the sense of the power metal when that riff kicks in on that end. It's gorgeous to hear about. I forgot to turn that, in the beginning. I'm just so used to referring to XANDRIA by a symphonic name, but there is a power metal immersion that does come through, as we've explored together in previous works. I'm just recollecting. I'll give you this behind-the-scenes window. By the time you're seeing this, our XANDRIA journey is being told in one stage of publication, but it's taken a couple months to film, although it's been on my mind for much longer. So when I speak of our experiences, I referred to this a while ago in terms of the power metal attribution, but it is fair to term it. It's explicit here. You can't escape that on the finale. Now that moment, of course, stands in comparison to the entirety of the song on instrumental grounds, and it is a gorgeous number. See, XANDRIA proficient voice within symphonic metal. And as I said in the last installment, anything Diana touches vocally is just beautiful. The woman can sing anything. Now, I mean, we haven't heard her do, like, I speak of metal. We haven't heard, like, unclean vocals from her yet. Maybe she'd do one of those someday. I don't know. Maybe she could. But she mostly resides in the territory of clean and highly elevated operatic, and she's just beautiful to hear. This is an experience, I've said music is best enjoyed collaboratively, especially on first introductory grounds. To enjoy it mutually is an honor and a privilege. This is perfect testimony as to why. And when I say that particular favorite subgenre of ours, covers, I've credited other numbers similarly, and every cover I've liked, but and it'll be similar, remarks I'm sure I give other covers as well, but at least in the moment, my head's spinning with this one. And every second of it, every breath of the song, the verses, how well matched it is to what the late and great Meatloaf created as a fun work, a beautiful rock number that just sits in your mind. Again, its creative individuality, its score, it's fun, the enjoyment feel to it, the life in that number. I get it here. With, as I said, some shifts. Key, namely. And this feels matched, and yet specified with XANDRIA. Usually their numbers carry on, again, as symphonic metal mandates, a grander tone. The more the artists I tend to listen to, some of those songs will veer more into a melancholic key. Maybe you could say minor, to be fair. This one, it's much lighter than what I'm used to with them. Kind of like, speaking of the individuality of this EP, it reminds me of Unembraced, actually. Because that one also has a bit of a peppier, happy vibe to it that feels, again, split apart from the XANDRIA library, from, again, what I've welcomed previously, or, up to now. Maybe we'll see numbers that also fit this billing, as we go forward. Again, though, kind of in the vein, at least with some songs, to Theater of Dimensions. This EP, while split apart, it does feel like a bit of a prophecy of things to come, especially the theatrical presence on that closure with the jumping between narrative roles. And I didn't take that, maybe I should have. I didn't realize it would come up, though. At least the site I'm referencing right now with the lyric window doesn't reference collaborative artists. I'll credit that in post, whoever it is. Maybe some of the adjacent credits, if there's any listed, when I find that out. But it's a good match, especially with where Diana goes vocally, whether it is in the melodic storytelling of I Can Do That, still in song form articulation, but every gesture to this song and the emotions to her words. I never lie to you. That depth, I forget how she said it, but it's just those unexpected surprises that, again, she's quite an adventurous singer. Even if a song demands more of a mellower range, and this one jumps around all over the place, whether it's on those the lower notes, which she captures well. She's got, again, a beautiful range. But even when it kind of drifts into the higher... Well, there's another point of differentiation, vocal pitch. Every place to the song, every note, every vocal gesture strikes well. Just when that chorus kicks in, or even the softer lines, that I would do anything for love, that repetition, it's a beautiful song. Again, just to even experience that narrative again. Reels you in. But with XANDRIA's stylization, how matched it is to Meatloaf, and specifically split apart, but still maintaining that structure, it keeps evolving its duration and voice, and we experience all the twists and turns this number takes into that faster section, and the updates with different layers built on. Again, the power metal riff towards the end is just gorgeous, and it still carries, again, that cinematic quality that I love. The wider atmosphere, at least in instrumental envisionment with XANDRIA. It's, oh my gosh, this is an experience. Just the level of momentary joy I'm feeling with it. Which, joy is not a common emotion in my life, but with music it is. It always comes flying in, especially with the numbers with humor. But this one, oh my gosh, you can't... It's impossible to step away and not feel happy. It's just such a great listen. I freaking love it. Probably one of again, I feel honored to be in the position that I'm in. That we're welcoming these numbers together on introductory grounds, at least from my experiences. And some of you, I know, have humored this in advance of me. I'm sure when I consider the XANDRIA journey, I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure many of you are probably looking forward to this one in particular. And it speaks for itself. At least, again, looking forward to it in our mutual consultations. Because you're curious for me to engage with such a wide-reaching, adventurous, and proficient number. Unapologetically fun and vibrant, just full of life. I love this one. One of the best covers we've looked at, alongside others, but this one stands out. You know, I'm not one to rank things because I don't want to play favorites, but it's an irresistible catch. I love this one. I will be listening to this on repeat, no doubt, even tonight, and for many moons to come. No doubt about that. Oh, man, it just pulls at me. I want to hear it again right now. It's fantastic. Meatloaf, I think, the little I know about his music and the little I've experienced his music library, he would be proud. That is the way you honor an artist. I would love to hear your thoughts down below on that number and how you experience it. Whether you're new or accustomed to XANDRIA, what do you think? And maybe it's Meatloaf that brought you in. What do you think experiencing this, right? I'm sure many of you love I'd Do Anything for Love. That number's special. Or I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. But in the XANDRIA voice. Wow. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.